think of the pen in your hand, or maybe the phone which you're scrolling down, and then maybe the TV screen next to you, the TV next to you, and the vehicle you are driving right now. You see them as one thing. You feel them as one. So, let me ask you a question. Are they made up of certain parts? Is it just one entity, or whatever you are using right now, is it a combination of things? What is your idea? Let's take the vehicle that you have, or the bus that you are traveling. Have you ever seen these video clips, how the vehicles are made? How does it start? Is it starting with a Ferrari or a BMW car, or with a bus or a complete bicycle? Or is it starting with assembling a piece by piece, one after the other? Think of a four-wheel vehicle. You have the tires, and then you have the engine, and then you have the body. Those come after that. Little by little, one after the other, pieces are being added. Once the first piece came into the stage, did you call it a car? Once you have the engine, once the engine is assembled, did you call that a car? Once the body is settled on top of those wheels, did you call that a car? So then where did this car come from? Was the car actually there at the beginning, or did it come at the end? Once all the parts are assembled, you named it a car. You named it as a bicycle. You named it a bus. But once the wheels came at the very beginning, did you call it the wheels of the car, or were they just wheels? Once the engine came in, did you call it the engine of the car, or did you call it the engine? So then what is this thing? What has really happened? You were assembling one piece after the other, one piece after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And once all these pieces are together, wow, that's the car. That's the bicycle. So this bicycle, or the car, or the camera, or the phone, the pen that you use, was it there at the beginning, or was it something that you identified at the end of the process? But how do you really call it? How do you really perceive this? How the mind really understand about this? Mind always take it as an entity. Take as single unit. So, is that true? Is it the real truth? Or part by part added together, and then something is formed again. What is there? It's only the parts that are collected. But then all of a sudden, we give it a name. The pen, the bicycle, the book, the phone. Let's take a simple example. What is this? This is a flower. You name it a flower. So, have you ever wondered how this flower is formed? Let me break this into pieces. You have petals. How many? 5. And you have the stem. And then you have the male or the female parts. So all these things are together. Then we call it a flower. But what if they are separated? So I'm going to separate them. Let me show you what is going to happen to your flower. Okay. What can you see right now? Is it a flower or just some petals and the stem and the male or the female parts of the flower? See what I just told? Male and female parts of the flower. Where's the flower? Is there a flower or just these courses? Think about it. What is this? Who doesn't know about this? It's a pen, yeah? Of course it's a pen. What is this? The clip. And this is the back. And then you call this the barrel. Maybe this is where the ink goes in. And now, is this a pen or are they just pieces? These are just pieces. This is a certain arrangement, of course, and you can arrange it in a different way. This is another arrangement. And now you call it a pen. Was there a real pen formed, or is it just the courses came together to form this arrangement and then we gave the name the pen? What has really happened? The courses were aligned and then, depending on that arrangement, we gave it a name, the pen. Think of anything that you can experience right now. Maybe your phone. Maybe the book you have. Maybe the book that you were reading. Maybe the newspaper. Or whatever you can find close to you. Think of a book. What about a book? What do you think of a book? You call it a book. What is really there? What you can really find in a book? Something hard, and then pages, and then what? Maybe some glue to stick this hard cover with these papers. And now you call it, that's a book. But originally, was there a book or just a couple of courses? Whatever you come across, think about those things. Whatever you find in the nature, the flowers, the petals, the leaves, the trees, the world itself is a combination of lot of things. What about the solar system? You call it a solar system, but without the planets, can you find the solar system? No. So, my dear folks, I want you all to think about this. I want you all to concentrate on whatever you come across. Maybe the school. Without the kids, how come a school is formed? Maybe the building, or the house that you live, roof, the walls, or the windows and doors. Once they are combined in a certain manner, you call it a house. I want you to apply this concept to whatever the things you come across. I want you to see it in a different angle. What we used to do is we always used to combine the causes, and we always saw the entity. We always saw the unit. But I want you all to think it in a different angle, to perceive about these things in a different angle. That causes are aligning to give certain formations. You give names, of course that's okay. You are giving names, that's totally fine. But what is behind the scenes? It's always the causes are aligning. Even though you think that as a single entity, that as an entity, that as a unit, what is really happening behind is that causes are aligning in different ways, and we are giving names to this. We didn't know about this. We always perceived entities. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think about this. This is the homework. Until we meet next time, I want you all to think about this. Before we leave, let me show you one more thing. What do you call this? A small bouquet of flowers. So, that's how you perceive it. And if I take one after the other, I'm going to take off one by one. I'm going to take off this. I'm going to take off this flower. And the other flower. And there's one more flower left. What happened to the bouquet that you perceived? Was there a real bouquet? Or was it just an arrangement? Was it just a combination of causes? Until we meet next time, please think about this.